Court Feed.
Good morning. All right, sir, you are Tyron Henderson? And Mr. Henderson was previously in court.
Before this hearing even begins, the judge already knows one thing. This is not a first mistake. This is a man standing in court with multiple probation violations, a brand new felony, and almost no room left for excuses. One wrong answer today could turn probation into prison time. Fast. Watch closely, because this judge is about to decide whether Tyron Henderson gets one final chance or loses everything.
We've got 3 MTRPs and a new case, and he entered pleas of guilty, or a plea of guilty in that new case, and pleas of true to counts 1 through 6 in each of those motion to revoke probation cases. I've received a pre-sentence report, updated. Wait, is there a 5th one? Or just 4?
There's 4 cases. 3 MTLPs and
That's right, something was just printed twice. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
yes, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Not from the staff.
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
So, I'm a little, well, probably a little more than a little concerned about your ability to be successful if I put you on another probation. Because you were on probation for 2 cases, an evading and an unauthorized use of a vehicle from 2021. Then you pick up a felony theft in 2023, keep you on probation, add a probation on that case. So now you've got another felony while you're on all of these probations. And you've already been to ISF. I just need some help here. And Ms. Joseph is here. Ms. Joseph, what's your thoughts?
I believe that Mr. Henderson can satisfactorily complete his probation terms, even with the addition of another term. Mr. Henderson, from the start, and I had frank conversation with him about his current situation as well as the subsequent offense. He understands the seriousness of it, the unnecessariness of this event, and he offered no excuses, which is refreshing. When I notified him of the warrant, he did not hesitate, and he turned himself in. When I spoke with him at the correctional facility, he stated that he would accept whatever the consequences were or would be.
Well, and another thing, Mr. Henderson, which is a bit of a breath of fresh air around here, is you have absolutely no jail reports. And with the group of young people your age out there, that is pretty amazing because they're acting like fools, aren't they?
He's been in actually for 120 days too, Judge, so it's not just a short stint, Judge.
So the recommendation is ISF again, which I'm not opposed to. I'm sorry?
A state jail sanction for 180.
Okay, that's not what it says on here.
Well, that was my recommendation.
Is there an issue with misuse of drugs?
No, it's cognitive.
Safety's.
I didn't recommend ISF. I recommended 180-day state jail.
Just 180 days
Yes,
upfront
that's-
time.
He's already been to ISF.
I
So
know.
I don't know why we would repeat that, but that's why I recommend
Same. Okay,
state jail.
go get a feel for what it's like somewhere other than our
Yes,
jail.
yes. And we discussed that. I told him that's my recommendation, and he was willing to accept it.
All right. What do you think, Mr. Henderson? Do you have anything to say?
Judge, can I just say one thing briefly?
Mm-hmm.
He has been in for 120 days. He's had no write-ups. To his credit, every time I've met with him, he's accepted responsibility. He knows this is not a second chance, but a third and fourth chance that the court's giving him.
It's
He's
the
not
last
sentenced-
chance.
Yeah.
That's what it
He's
is.
not a sinister young man. He knows that he's made some really foolish mistakes, and this last thing is him doing wheelies on a dirt bike. But I do think that he is someone that can be successful in probation. I think that he realizes too that this is not the path he wants to go down. And with every report and everything he said, he's accepting responsibility.
Yeah.
He knows he's messed up. And I do think he's somebody that, Judge, I really do think we're not going to see him again.
So, Mr. Henderson, I want you to understand, if I go along with this today and you're back in here, I'm going to see all of this and I'm going to wonder what I was thinking today. And that's not going to be good, because you will be agreeing today to a certain amount of time in prison. And so we're not going to come in here and negotiate. You mess up again, you're going to be in here getting all the sentences that you're getting. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the agreement is just to continue those probations?
Well, actually, the agreement was for ISF cognitive training.
Okay.
I realized he'd already passed.
Yeah.
This is a turning point. That 180 days upfront time is not just punishment. It's psychological pressure. The judge is sending a message. I'm not sending you away forever, but I need you to feel how close you are. No credit for the 120 days already served? That's intentional. She wants him to experience real consequences before freedom is handed back. It's tough love from the bench. And honestly, this is where many defendants either wake up or completely fall apart.
So we've got 2 deferreds on those 21 cases. 5 years. Okay.
This is the turning point. 180 days upfront time is not just punishment. It's a reality check. The judge is basically saying you need to feel the system before you get another chance. That's serious courtroom strategy.
Okay. In cause number 25 DCCR 0520, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I'm going to sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 10 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but probate that and place you on probation for 10 years. That's what your agreement is. I am going to order a $250 fine in that case. And I am going to order that you serve 180 days upfront time. And there's not going to be credit for the time you've sat, because I want you to see what it feels like to sit somewhere other than Jefferson County Jail. All right? And cause number 21-38934. Find that you entered your pleas of true, freely, and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do so. I'm going to continue you on probation in that case. In cause number 22-39131, also find that you entered your pleas of true, freely, and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do so. I'm going to continue you on probation in that case as well. And then finally, in cause number 23, DCCR 0899, find that you entered those pleas of true, freely, and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do so in that case either. I am going to continue that probation. Cause number 21-38934. That's the evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. So that's that first evading. I am going to, I'm continuing your probation, but I am going to extend it by 2 years. All right, so that's now a 7-year probation instead of a 5. Make sure to make that note. And then the other ones, I'm going to leave that other one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hand you the trial court certifications in each of these cases, Mr. Smith, if you don't mind. This shows these were agreements that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. This new case, I want to make.
And just like that, probation becomes a ticking clock. 10 years hanging over his head, multiple cases still alive, and absolutely zero room for another mistake. This wasn't just a sentence. It was a final warning written in legal ink. Some people hear that and change their life forever. Others walk right back into the same courtroom. The real question is, will Tyron Henderson be the exception or the next repeat story?
Make sure, again, that we're very clear that if you violate any condition of probation from this point forward, you are looking at a 10-year sentence in the first evading, 2 years state jail in the first unauthorized use, 2 years state jail in the theft, and 10 years that you disagree to in this case. Do you understand? So it's very important that you do everything. It sounds like Ms. Joseph believes in you and that you can do what you've showed that you can follow the rules in jail and for some time out of jail, but you've got to follow the rules all the time or you're going to end up in prison, and nobody wants that. All right. So take advantage of this situation. When you get out of doing your upfront time, go straight to probation, follow all of those rules, and hopefully we won't see each other here again. All right. Good luck to you. You can go back with the bailiff.
Just like that. The message is clear. Probation isn't freedom. It's conditional survival. One more mistake, and it all collapses. Do you think this kind of strict probation actually